I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Welcome, one and all, to the Midday Muscle. Essentially the exact same show with new music and a new logo, and it makes more sense, right? The Midday Muscle. Plus, I'll actually be responding to some comments every now and then. For example, this one guy that said I had never lifted a weight in my life. You're right, there's a first time for everything. Let's do this together, okay? Check my form, here we go. Ah! Yeah! Kind of get my Jimmy the Bull. Slow! Woo! Midday Muscle, let's do it. I'm far from an expert in anything related to international trade, but I'll tell you this, whatever they charged to get Samson data across the border in South Korea last weekend was worth whatever that tariff was, because this guy is absolutely one of the hottest commodities in bodybuilding right now. In the short clip that we saw from his appearance, he looked even more ridiculous than he did the previous week, when he wowed everyone there with one of the most impressive guest posing performances we've seen in a long time. It's crazy to think that he's essentially getting better and better week after week. And it's next level stuff that we're seeing from him right now. And if he keeps up this pace, he's going to make the race for the #2 slot a whole lot more interesting. Speaking of keeping things interesting, have you seen what Stan DeLongu's been up to lately? According to the latest reports from Stan's camp, he's 10 weeks out from making his season debut, when he'll be looking to give the Open division their first look at what Stan 3.0 is all about. Even though we're still 2.5 months away from seeing the finished product, right now this already feels like it's the best version of Stan that we've seen, ever, in terms of his size and conditioning. That says a lot when you consider the fact that we're talking about someone who's been a legitimate top 10 contender on the Olympia stage before. And depending on how these next few months shake out, there's a very real possibility that we see him take the next step and become the first athlete in recent memory to earn a qualification in both Classic Physique and Open. We also have a new update for you from one of the biggest stars in Classic Physique, the Miracle Bear, Urs Kalazinski, who looks like he's been firing on all of his cylinders lately. Despite the fact that we haven't seen a ton of content from Urs' camp over the last few weeks, all the reports we're hearing from people close to his camp seem to point toward him being completely dialed in on his off-season process, as he's gearing up to give Chris and Ramon all they can handle on the Olympia stage later this year. It's safe to say Urs is one of the most talented athletes in this division, and he continues to get better and add new details every time he competes. When you consider the fact that he's still only 23 or 24 years old, which is right around how old Chris was when he won his first Olympia title, you can't help but think that he's still only beginning to scratch the surface of what he's capable of. Aside from Urs and everything else that's going on with the top guys in that division, there's a lot going on in the Classic Physique right now, including the addition of a new face to the mix now following the announcement from multi-time men's physique Olympian Kyron Holden. He's planning to be the latest athlete to make the jump up to Classic Physique this year. If you've followed men's physique over the last 4 or 5 years, then you already know that Kyron's consistently been one of the top guys in this division for a long time now. But he fell into that same boat as a lot of other men's physique athletes do in terms of feeling like he hit a wall with being able to progress, while still finding a way to fit that aesthetic of what the judges are looking for. Outside of Logan Franklin, we don't have a huge sample size of men's physique athletes making a jump and finding the same level of success in Classic, which is in part because this division is so damn competitive at the top. But if Kyron plays to his strengths and doesn't try to rush the process, at the very least, he's got a puncher's chance to come in and make an impact right out of that gate. Well, that does it, everyone, for the first edition of Midday Muscle. I hope you had a great time. I had a good time. We'll see you tomorrow.